the witch! Hello everybody, welcome to Critically Average Adventures with a rather diminished crew. We are playing our weird mix-up of D&D, Call of Cthulhu stuff together. We are... and it's a kind of 5e campaign game I'm playing with my friends, and these are my friends. Hey! Welcome everybody. When we last saw our investigators, as they're called in Call of Cthulhu, they were at the house of Janice Thurple. They had ventured there from the fish and chip restaurant, a bit fishy, after each receiving letters to meet her there, and she was not present, but you all were. You gathered some clues while you were there. You spoke to the owner of the fish and chip restaurant, and the last time you saw her was on a Friday night, and she was excited but worried and kind of had a far away look about herself. He also mentioned another location, the Sanctuary nightclub. Now, they went to the trunk of Nyala's car, where she collected firearms. You, Bishop, collected a skateboard.
Yeah, from my own car, yeah.
You picked up from outside your bike, Snoopler, and you started going along. As you travelled down the road towards the address on the top of the headed letter paper, you saw that the car that Nyala had parked was next to a ticket machine. So you nicked £2 out of it, and Arden vandalised it so that it wouldn't work, so that she could get out of a ticket. Arriving at the address that's opposite the local library, you tried to get in by finding the spare key. I couldn't find the key, but the key was actually, you found where it should be, but it was missing. And we discovered that 90s Nan is a Tamagotchi sitter and had a whole lanyard full of Tamagotchis. You finally accessed Janice's house by a combination of Snoops and Arden picking the lock. Then you went into those who went into the living room watched a videotape, and there was a recording of a lady called Gwendolyn Marthane, who was talking about solar conjunctions. You also discovered that it's the year 1999. You discovered the cat, which is a tabby cat called Bjorn, who walked on the piano and scared the crap out of Arden. So if you remember, you've got one level of exhaustion.
1 second, I'm going to struggle to hear you.
Poppy, stop, please. What are you doing? Stop. Snoopler went upstairs with Nyala and stole a lamp. Nyala then shot at Snoopler and early evening fired a handgun within a house. Lay down.
Fucking careless.
Downstairs crew, Nan more specifically, found an appointment letter, Bletchley Park official stationery, 1.5 weeks ago is the date on it. She also collected, they also collected a glass milk bottle after emptying out the gone off milk. Snoop gathered from the office some elastic bands. Nyala investigated further and found an image, a hand-drawn image of a cog, some sort of machinery. Nyala also found on a post-it note something saying tickets booked 2 days on a post-it note after using a pen to scribble over it and find the message that was written on the previous post-it note. The paper said that Janice had been missing 1 week. You know, that might be slightly distorted because that's when she was reported missing rather than when she was missing. Bishop knows that she is a widow.
I thought there was a letter. There was a second letter.
There was a second letter that Snoop found, and that was read at the end of the adventure, which basically said what they had discovered.
Because it was addressed to Arden.
Yes, it was, yeah. On the bed in the main bedroom, they found a suitcase and a small carry bag They found Janice's passport, £6,000, a fresh notebook, a silk headscarf.
But it wasn't 6,000
Ticket,
pounds.
tickets to Paris, wasn't it?
It was £6,000 worth of Australian dollars.
Yeah.
Australian does not Paris, Australia.
That was the conversion for it, so I didn't have the conversion on me to do it in my head. You also found a small leather fob with a handsome man photo on it, an empty jewelry box. Then Bishop went outside and opened Avery's and got scared the crap out of them. Got one level of
Is this by a pigeon?
by scared by pigeons. So you were at one level of exhaustion on there. And the second round.
So that's why I have that. Let me put that back on there because I took it off and not realizing why I had it on.
Well done.
Right.
You want me to recap the letter?
Yes, if we could just reread the letter, that would be brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just find a second.
It's just been a while, that's all. It's been a minute.
Oh, yeah.
A handful of weeks.
Old friend, I write to you again with exciting news, as exciting as it is troubling. I shall tell you more of my discovery here in case our paths do not cross. As I mentioned, I discovered something. I had been digging through the archives of the park and, as always, up to my ears in coded communiques and ciphers. When in the library, I happened to knock a book from a shelf, and when it landed in that quiet, dusty room, I expected the dull thud of a book on concrete. However, there was a resonant knock of the spine on a hollow. Further investigation led me to a hidden panel in the floor. Covered by wood, it was made to look like a continuation of the concrete and painted as such. Inside was a steel box upon which, upon a little work on the combination lock, I figured the code out, and I have reset it, and you will find it in this letter. Inside, I came across a fascinating and wondrous invention created at that time of great turmoil to the benefit of the country at war. Wondrous methods of hydroponic food growth beneath the ground, water purification systems, effluent treatment filters. None of these things have come to public or even faculty knowledge yet. I plan to release my findings later in the month. The most curious thing about the manuscripts was a sealed envelope I found a dusty black sheet with bold letters, top secret, stamped across the front. Within was a set of instructions for the machine, for the Enigma, a code, one that I had not previously seen. The code was annotated with runes and glyphs and symbols that I did not recognize as any dialect. The accompanying text suggested that within this was a way to win the war if things were to go badly for the Allied forces and the Nazis should land upon the shores, that this was a last resort. The reconstruction of that wonder of computing is nearly finished, and I intend to program the sequence to find out what it translates to, what is hidden within those numbers. Why am I writing other than to gloat, you might ask? I'm worried. These discoveries so valuable, so groundbreaking that they might put my life in danger, such is the nature of their revolutionary mechanics. They would effectively free the means of production to the average person to be able to provide and be self-sufficient without the need of many of the systems of society that we have built upon the foundations of the war years. If you should not receive a letter following this one up, come find me. You must meet with the others, I trust, and speak with these others, long-term friends and associates. You are the ones I trust to bring light to this matter. Hopefully you met the others, and this letter is just all paranoia. Yours in anticipation, Janice Thurple.
Celia's on her way, by the way.
Okay.
Yes, I remember that because I remember the code. At least I think I know the code, but we'll find out. Okay then.
Do you want to have a look at the letter?
Yeah, if you can. that'd be
Yeah.
brilliant.
Okay, can you make me an investigation or perception roll of the letter?
I'm pretty sure I know what the
Both of us or just Tarzan?
what the code is.
Both of you can, and then we'll see who finds it.
Investigation?
Or perception, because you're looking at something. You can use either. I'll let you.
Oh, 24.
24.
22.
Okay, so yeah, you both immediately are drawn to the bit about the code, and you notice that when she says this letter, those two
Guys.
words are not. Oh, hi, it's okay. Hi, Celia. Or Niala,
You good?
welcome. So when you look at that bit on the letter, it's typed. If you remember, that was from the typewriter that was in the spare in the office room upstairs.
Mhm.
It's typed without a space. The words "this letter."
Well,
Right.
I'm not that smart of a person, but Bishop is. So
Because the last time I don't know why, but the last time when I read the letter,
Yes, when I read it out to
it
you.
was something to do with the start date of World War II. And I asked you whether it was for how many digits the code was.
You haven't found the lockbox yet, so you
That's the
wouldn't know.
thing. I can't remember. I think I asked you though how many digits the code would be.
That might have been out of session because I did rewatch the whole session that I recorded.
Okay. Maybe I made that up in my head. I don't know. Maybe that's something I said. I have to ask. Okay.
That's the immediate thing you notice. So the whole of the letter is set out perfectly, as I described before. The very formal letters with the address correctly justified, dear sir, madam, all done properly with the right spacing, double line spacing where it's supposed to be, beautifully paragraphed.
But
And it's
those two words, no space, this letter.
Yeah. That's an oddity within this letter with your high investigation scores. Both of you know this.
I zoned out.
Actually-
What was the last part?
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Goes Niala first. Sorry.
Sorry, just my cat bite me and
Okay. So,
Oh.
Bishop, what did you say? I got two at once.
I zoned out. What was the last part you said? Like the very last part?
This letter, the two words, this letter, have been typed without a space.
Yeah,
Okay.
with that.
So while the rest of the letter is written perfectly, no grammar mistakes whatsoever, that specifically has a mistake.
So
Um,
at the moment, you guys are in the
but very
kitchen.
coincidence, but
Can I go back up to the typewriter?
You can indeed, yeah. He's not been upstairs
I
before.
haven't been up there, but we found.
All the
Well,
doors are
I can guide you upstairs.
I was given the letter. I remember that.
Yeah,
So,
it's basically what happened. We ended it with everyone kind of piling their evidence onto the table in the
Yeah.
kitchen, and Bishop coming in, I guess, looking a little shaken after being scared by Pigeon. But the other thing that Bishop did notice was that the lock was deliberately opened on the
in
pigeon.
the pigeon thing, it was already
Yeah,
open.
Avery's outside. There was no way it could have come open by accident. They were too rusted, and there was a padlock. There was no. That was opened and left deliberately open, and it had kind of just it had blown. Birds had got stuck inside. When you opened it, they flew out. But yeah, they've been let out deliberately.
Somebody had been into the pigeon coop for a reason.
Yeah. So yeah. Back up to the typewriter. Yeah, of course.
This could be completely wrong, but I'm just going to type this letter, no space on the.
There's no paper in the machine at the moment.
Without paper, just hit the keys.
The
See if anything
thing just
happens.
swipes onto the rubber wheel.
I don't remember. Did I check
This
what was
and
inside
that.
the Avery?
Sorry, did you say again, Bishop?
Did I like check what was inside the Avery, or did I just leave it after
No. You
the
hadn't had a look around properly at the moment.
Hey, can I go do that real quick? Because now that I'm just remembering. Can I?
Investigation roll of that, and then Liana, what were you saying? Sorry?
About the words, I'm thinking of something about the code. Just how many letters are there already?
Chisletter. 10 letters.
22.
22. As you kind of you start as they fly out, and you're shaking. The house is quiet, and it's freaking you out a bit. You've had the cat play the piano, and you've been here before, so this is really unsettling. Even though you know that Janice is a workaholic, Bishop, you know that she cared very much for the birds, her pigeons, and that she looked after like odd animals that were injured. She had a great heart in her for things that weren't that needed help. She would take in injured birds and recoup them, and she had sometimes there'd be like a hedgehog that should be feeding up that had been knocked, or and all the time trying to do good, trying to heal, trying to be nice. And in here you see that all of the feed bags that are kind of next, there's like a cupboard next to the aviary. All of the feed bags have been kind of just torn open. There's nothing left in them. All the doors have been flung open, basically. So everything is accessible by wild animals and stuff. Do you think that it would be done deliberately, that the signs would be that maybe that they don't need it anymore, they think they don't need this anymore, or that they're not going to be here anymore, something like that?
There was nothing in the cage when you looked, if I remember correctly.
There is there's bird dung from where those two had been trapped. These two birds had got back in somehow. Maybe some sort of homing instinct had brought them back in there, but nothing. And the wind had closed the gate, maybe something like that.
In which case, if she'd have opened it before she left, she knew she probably had no intention of coming back, and it was for them
I'm
to
gonna
be
say
free.
something crazy, but did back then birds carrying messages were still a thing?
It's still a thing today.
You would get people who are called a pigeon fancier, who is someone who would train and keep pigeons to fly, racing pigeons or something like that, but wouldn't be a traditional method of communication.
It's very niche.
Because
people do it more for...
because the cage have been opened deliberately. Maybe it's to send a message or something.
I don't know. I think the way that Pete's just outlined it, I'm not there, but this is me giving my 2 pence meta-wise for the investigation part. It sounds like if she'd taken in these birds and she knows she was going away for a little while, or she was planning on going to Australia, she wouldn't just leave them caged up to die, would she? If she's not going to be there to feed them. So she'd left the door open for them to fly away. If they came back and then the wind slammed the door back on them and they've been stuck there since, maybe she'd left the door open specifically so that they could fly free. And just by accident that they haven't been.
The thing is,
she's got tickets to Australia.
I don't think she would let them fly away in a way that she take care of these birds, and she has affection for them.
Yeah,
like I used to have a cat. I would go outdoor, but the thing is, we would always take him when we went on vacation, because we wouldn't want to.
This is a bunch of pigeons, and she's going to Australia.
I know.
Don't think.
Yeah,
she's
they can
find
food on the street too.
I'm trying to find ideas.
Well, she knew she wasn't gonna come back, or she was planning on leaving, or maybe not.
Or an extended leave to the point where
She's
She
gonna be
felt
gone a long
awful.
time. Yeah.
Is there anything you want to do, Snoops? You're in the kitchen. You've got this stuff in front of you.
Checking the silverware and shit. That's a-
Klepto.
Can I check the cupboards?
Has anybody found a bedroom yet?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
my
Sometimes
bedroom.
there we've been.
That's where the suitcase is located.
Okay, but all that stuff is still there. All the clothes are still there. Passport, the
Clothes are in
tickets,
the
the money.
suitcase. The suitcase was hard to shut. I described that the cupboards would be near empty if you were to check them.
Yeah, the wardrobe is empty.
So it's like somebody is packed to leave and preparing to leave and then not left.
yeah, that's kind of what you're getting. Yeah,
Pretty much.
Back to the typewriter.
yeah.
I'm just gonna type. I'm not gonna put paper in. I'm just gonna type 1st of September 1939 and see if anything happens.
As you go to press your finger on the 9, you touch the key and press it down. And a chill goes down your spine and nothing happens.
Cheeky bastard.
I could tell by the way you were
I
saying
was
it.
just like, I knew this could. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. All right.
You went to nuclear moon spot today. Maybe it's that.
Well, we know that she was heading to the park, right?
I
Yeah.
don't know where she was heading. The last clue you got where she was a Friday night before, and that was at a bit fishy.
Investigation.
Yeah, investigation, please, Snoops.
Using our new dice.
Me
First time using it as well.
using it properly, yeah. Yeah.
Bit scary.
Snoops. Come on. Oh, a 7.
There you go.
Very little of any practical use. There are normal kitchen implements. Is there anything you'd like to take? This is a well-equipped kitchen, although, as Bishop knows, very used but sporadically used. So it would be used to make a beautiful soup or a beautiful thing, and then you'd have that for several days running, as you know when you stayed there.
Used once a week.
Yeah.
Right, can I have a kitchen knife?
Yes, you can.
Still having an eye on you because she doesn't trust you.
Yeah, you can have a kitchen knife. There was like half a pack of like water crackers, like the really dry ones.
Oh, the ones that everybody leaves in the when you get like a box of crackers
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Christmas.
They're
the ones that
the
everyone
actual
leaves.
worst. Yeah, the worst ones. And that's about it. Like, there's poorly supplied. There was food gone off in the fridge.
Yeah, so I take a knife.
Yeah.
And not like a little butter knife.
Yeah,
like
kitchen knife. Add it to
kitchen
your
knife.
thing. Yeah, well, you put it in your head.
So kitchen knife. I'll take the packet of water biscuits or water crackers, whatever you want to call them. I'll take them. And I will take really, really random, but I will take a set of cutlery. So like a knife, a fork, a spoon, a teaspoon.
Okay.
And can I start looking through the teaspoons?
Yeah.
To see if there's any that are, when you get to like
Collectible ones with the labels.
ones.
No, not with your rock. You don't find any.
Okay. And what else is there? Do I find any like tea or coffee or anything like that?
The coffee is like instant and it's stuck to the pot.
Yeah.
And there's like a couple of tea bags in one of the other pots.
Okay.
And they're chamomile.
Why did you say chamomile?
Because it's the most toxic stuff. It's awful.
Like, don't trust anyone that drinks chamomile tea. Okay. Weirdly enough, I take the coffee as well.
Scrape it round the way.
No,
what's
I
useful?
take the
Oh,
jar of
Okay.
nasty,
Jar of coffee.
disgusting,
Okay,
solid.
so you've got a
instant
jar.
coffee. Have
Dry
you stolen my
coffee.
pencil?
This is one I have.
And so I took off the table.
Yeah. Anything you'd like to do, Face? What would you like to do now?
Uh,
Can I have a perception check from everyone?
Models?
Everybody, perception.
If I knock it down.
15.
Sorry,
15.
15?
18.
wow. Natural
I think-
1. This is 8.
18. But
No,
my
it's
brain
eight.
is on the cusp of something with this fucking code.
21.
Or Snoops. Your adept nature for getting out of trouble, your senses immediately pricked. You think maybe somewhere else on the high street, the one that you had to walk down to get here, you think you hear a police siren?
Oh, shit.
Oh, because shot the fucking gun. All right.
Probably leave.
But only you hear it.
Only I hear it. Okay. I ram everything that I've gathered into my bag
Okay.
and I turn around and I'm like, yeah, we should go.
Why?
Where do you want to go?
Pigs.
Shit.
What?
Very kind. Let's go. Yeah, I'm a follow. What's your character's name?
Me?
Snoop.
Yeah.
Snoop.
What? Snoop? Okay. All right. Gotta remember that. Yeah, I'm gonna take Snoop's advice. I'm gonna take the cat with me because I don't know if we're gonna come back here or not.
No.
Yeah, I'm taking the cat with me.
You're grabbing Bjorn.
Yeah, I'm taking Bjorn with me. And I'm heading straight out the door. I'm leaving this place.
Which door?
That's the front and the back. Does the back lead to the alley too? If like,
I was going to ask where does that garden lead on.
Right, so when you've gone out onto the back garden, there's a little bit of a patio. To your left, there was the aviaries, and kind of back beside the aviaries, you could see like the side of the house, and there was the gate that led back round to the front. There's a rockery, which is kind of like a ornamental kind of garden. There's a set of steps that lead down to some lawn, and then there seems to be a fence at the far end of this garden.
Okay,
yeah, it'll take longer if I go to the back, but I'll go to the front.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, we should all leave together, right?
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
before doing that, Anya is going actually to look at the windows, trying to see if no one sees them or something. If there is people watching or.
Oh, okay, so yeah, you go to the front curtain, which Arden had pulled shut and turned on a light when you were watching TV earlier with 90s now, and you look out, you kind of peek out, and there is a guy in flip-flops and socks, a vest, and like blue shorts, like a large belly, and he's standing opposite the library, like looking up the road and then looking at the house, and then looking at the house.
Guys,
We need to leave.
we have a weirdo.
We need to leave.
And I
We-
just go, you've never done this before, have you? And I go for the back door.
Okay.
I follow Snoop.
We go to the back because we're going to be seen. Come on.
Doesn't the back door like go to the gate that leads to the front?
No,
there's a gate in this back. There's the patio, and you can kind of turn back on yourself and go to the side gate that leads back around the front of the house, or you can walk down the garden further, and there's a fence at the bottom of the garden.
Oh shit! I didn't hear that part. Then yeah, I'm going.
We
There's a fence
I'm
down
going to
there.
the back.
definitely go and hop the fence.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Down to the bottom of the garden. You're running down. You hear the siren turn the corner of the street, and then you hear the siren turn off. But as it's getting evening, you can kind of just pick up that little blue flicker that bounces off the buildings around.
Mm.
And you're running down
Shit.
the garden. You get to the end of the garden. The fence is quite tall, so 6-7 foot tall fence. I need you all to make a athletics, or describe how you're getting over the fence.
I'm pretty good at this stuff, so I'm going to help other people get over first before I go over myself. So
you can assist one person.
can I
So
not
one
assist
person
each
can
of
get
them
started.
and then go last?
This is a fast action, so you're going to have to be
Okay.
doing it.
I can help with that, like just because I gotta, in my job, sometimes I have to run away because I'm a private. So I'm just going to help to
Okay,
fasten the things up.
Are
Yeah.
we following the profession things that we have from
I don't know.
I am.
yeah, you can still please keep that in mind as a kind of guidance to what you are.
yeah, because I was looking at that.
It's just to give you an idea. Like if we ever build real Cthulhu characters, you can do that properly.
real characters. These are real characters.
But I mean,
Okay.
like we properly go through the archetype type thing and set them
Oh
up.
gosh.
It's
I
like
wanna
Call
build
of
another
Cthulhu's
character.
Call of Cthulhu is actually easier than D&D to build a character.
I tell you what,
It's
the
just
character we
dice roll.
built today was dead easy.
Oh,
I
Vassin,
had
yeah,
it.
Vassin, hands down easiest. Apart from
Right.
Right.
Well, am I rolling with advantage for myself or for somebody else?
Okay, no, but so who are you helping? Who's gonna
Who?
help?
Sure, I'll take help. My stats for those are pretty low.
Okay, I'll help. I'll help. I'll help Bishop.
Okay,
Alright.
cool. So, Bishop, you can roll either athletics or acrobatics with advantage.
All right. Oh, natural 22. Thank God, because the armor
Oh,
was
boy.
a 6.
With what was that, athletics or?
Yeah, athletics.
Okay, so with a kind of running jump, was that on your first roll or on your advantage dice?
I'm kind of doing the thing where I'm helping.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
okay. Yeah, it's a
And
run.
there's like it's also like the cool one where you use one hand to like get over it
Oh
too.
yeah. So it's up onto one hand on the fence, and you land. You hit it of gravel the other side. What are you doing, Snoops? Oh, Snoops is like
22.
Snoops is like no trouble at all.
I'm used to
Scrabbles up. JD bag kind of flung over for extra weight to kind of fling you over. So you actually use the mass of your JD bag, which has got like lamps in,
and a jar of coffee.
or a jar of coffee to kind of fling yourself over. But then you kind of take the weight on and slip it on your shoulder, and then you land the other side again, like barely touching the fence. You two, you need to get over quick.
Okay.
Um,
That is a 13.
13. Struggling. You're on the fence, hands on, pushing yourself up and over. It's not quite as deft as you'd like it, Nyala.
what Nyala is gonna do actually, it's gonna take a few steps back and start running. Take okay, I have a wall for this. So start running. Take a step on the fence to have some kind of stability, and just push in order to grab the top and balance herself over.
Okay. Let's have
Oh,
a roll.
Assassin's Creed style. Yes.
Uh,
how I see it.
so
I
an
know, but-
acrobatic, I would say.
Yeah, that would be acrobatics.
Please be
Ah,
orange.
fuck.
Yeah.
That's a 5.
Okay, so you try where you place your foot, you think it's going to be nice and secure, but it's actually it's quite damp and has grown some of that like green moss, and you slip on that foot and you fall prone on the floor. So there's Arden hanging from the fence. And the other two are over.
Laura Daisy. Go then. Go. I'm not
Pretty
talking to
sure I've
you.
cracked the code now, actually.
Is
Never
it a
mind.
little one?
Is there anything like on our side of in the alley, more or less,
Well, let's have a
that I can use to like cross over so that they can have easier time getting over?
investigation, please. A perception, though. Perception.
Oh, perception.
Whichever you want.
Ah.
Yeah.
Just hanging on the halfway not.
Massaging my nose, like, ow.
Oh, I'm running good today. 25.
There is an old milk crate, plastic milk crate. Often.
Oh yeah, I toss that shit over so that they can. Or not toss it, but I can it to them, you know. So that,
No, you said I toss it.
fuck.
So
Yeah.
have a
Toss.
arranged attack.
So what was that? He said he'd toss it, and then what did he do?
Smack
Tried
round the
to
head
take
with a
it back.
fucking milk
Yeah,
crate.
like-
No.
Fucking hell.
Alright, I'm gonna use my short bow.
Yeah.
18.
Okay, yeah, you managed to land it not on anybody. Yeah, it lands on the grass.
Yeah, Nana's going to grab it immediately, put under Arden's feet
Yeah.
to kind of help him.
Arden, you can now get over the fence. Nyala, you hear voices
no.
in the house.
You better
but
hurry.
you jump up onto the box and you scrabble over, and you're in the alleyway at the back of this house.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't lock the front door, did I? Shit. That should have been something we should have done.
No one closed the back door. No one took the key from the back door.
I didn't? I thought I grabbed it when.
You're in an alleyway that seems to primarily service garages that interlink, that run, the terrace streets run like this, like side by side like this, and along the middle of the back of them where the gardens meet, there seems to be like a road that joins for rear access, garage access and stuff like that. Yeah, so you can run to the left, which is going to take you down to where you know there's a river or a brook, and kind of make your way out of this estate to the left. You can run up to the right, which is where you came from, up to the main high street.
Pete, is through the gate the milk crate grabbable?
No,
Because-
it's down the far. It's on the other side of the.
It's on the other side, the far side of the fence.
Okay, so okay.
I
Uh.
start heading left, not right back onto the high street. I head
Again, I
down.
follow Snoop.
Okay.
But constantly keeping an ear out, an eye out to see if I can
Okay.
see anyone that looks like they're chasing us, hear anyone that looks like
Yeah.
they're chasing us. If I can hear or see any dogs, so I'm quite used to the sound of police dogs chasing me because I'm an arsehole.
Mhm.
And I was going to say, please don't just roll a 20.
No, I didn't roll a 20. I rolled a 10. Can you all make athletics checks for me? Because you're legging it now. You're running.
Oh, yeah.
Run.
Athletics. Ooh.
Oh, not 20, 23.
Oh, a 10, so a 12.
Oh, can't I have that? That landed on
No.
20.
No, if that had been not. Oh no,
no.
Snoop.
What is that?
14.
Like a 7.
Come
1
on,
second.
quickly say hello.
Come here and say hello.
Say hi, dear.
Hi.
Hi, say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Right,
Go to bed.
You.
How are you?
all right.
You're
Oh.
back in school tomorrow. Go to bed.
Right, I love you. No,
You're
no,
up too late. Come on.
go on. It's
Say
time
no,
to
no,
bed.
everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Go.
Night.
Why should I so Snoops, you're.
I love how she's literally
No, I put it down on the
kicked.
floor.
Oh, okay. I was going to say the child kicked my phone onto the floor.
Snoops, as you're running, you actually trip.
There's all the weight in my JD bag.
Yeah,
Mum.
can you make me a dexterity save?
I would. If,
Start rolling.
Do I see Snoop trip?
You're ahead. You're running so fast with that. That's right.
oh,
You hear the lamp smash.
yeah, God, fine.
Yeah, you hear the lamp smash in your bag. I'm afraid.
No, it's a +5, so it's an 8.
Yeah, you hear your antique lamp that you nabbed smashed in your bag. You get up on your feet. You manage to catch up with the rest of the party. You're running down this alleyway. There's like bins and detritus, like old bits of pallet and open garages, like cars half in and out of garages, and like it's just like the back street where no one really goes. You get to the end of the estate of this alleyway that's going to breach onto a main road.
Can I? You said they were like cars half parked in garages.
Yes, yeah.
Can I go and have a look at one of the cars?
Yeah, okay.
We're adding
Roll a
Grand
D-
Theft Auto to our crimes now. Is that what?
roll a d4.
A D4.
I do have my car. I have my own car.
That's a
I
4.
think.
Try
Arden, do you
to
have a
go
car with
fetch
you?
it.
It's
Yeah, same here.
We
it's an Escort with a body kit on it.
Wait, is it like
Oh no.
bright neon yellow stars
Oh, you
outside?
want a Colin McRae Subaru? Okay, it's a Colin McRae Subaru.
Oh,
With
yeah.
a 4.
oh.
Has it been
Daniela's
lowered?
going to scream to the other while looking back like, just fucking come on, I have my car.
Out the front? We're not going out the front.
No, we're not going around the front.
We didn't came here with my car. My car is
Have
still
a
at the
dexterity proficiency plus your dex bonus.
Whoa, right.
You roll
Your
dex,
car
so-
is safe.
Right, so what am I doing?
You roll dex, so d20 plus 3 plus 2, so plus 5. You're in the car.
Yeah, so
21.
21.
Yeah, you're in the car. The rest of you are running up the road, and suddenly you hear this on gravel, backing out, and pulling up behind you, Snoop blowing it.
As I pull up, I lean over while still driving
Yeah.
and open the passenger door. And I'm just like, get in!
Can you make it any more obvious? All
I was gonna
right.
say, like the art of subtlety is not lost on you, is it?
Well,
Is it a 2-door or a 4-door?
It's 4 doors.
Those are normally
The four
4-door. Yeah. Well,
Okay,
It
just
hasn't been welded shut
checking.
or actually rallying. It's
Just
just
checking.
supposed-
just
And I'm just
checking.
like, I'm just like, ask me mates, he won't mind me borrowing it. And if he does it, I'm like ringing
Oh,
him.
I think Celia's frozen.
That is the best free space ever.
So
I?
oh, your face is frozen, but
Oh,
you've
she's
already
still here.
am I frozen?
Your video's
Yeah.
frozen.
you're still on
It's
the
such a face.
It's brilliant.
Oh my god.
It's such a fuck you
What
face.
face?
Yeah, it's like fuck you, Snoop.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
I mean, you just stole a car and a vase and broke it, and she just
Well, you
looked at
didn't-
it and
you
like,
didn't see them break into the car. So, yeah, you're in the car. So down out of, you come flying out. Tell us how you're driving. Describe this this drive, Snoop, please. And where are you headed?
Are there going to be any wing mirrors by the time we get out of this service road?
I know how to drive. My mum's boyfriend's brother's uncle taught me.
that's
Is that
very
you or is that
reassuring.
Snoop?
Me.
Okay.
That is so weird. Go to bed.
No. No. I know how to drive.
Is it
Oh.
fast? Is it cash? What are you doing?
It's fast until we get onto the main road.
Okay.
Then it's a little bit more cash, but I'm still like the typical boy racer with all his mates in the car.
Okay.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
and you're
what
just going to pull
you-
her hat so no one see her face.
This car's a bit of a beast.
Yeah.
Bit of an animal.
Yeah.
Animal handling check.
Oh. Sometimes
Come on, it's a mount, isn't it?
I really don't like
See where I'm going with it? Yes, you see where I'm going with it? Go
I
on.
do not like you.
Oh my god.
How about an 8?
An 8. No wing mirrors. As you smash through this thing. If you turn left, you're going to be heading out of town. If you turn right at the end of this road, you are going to be heading like parallel to the main street, but like not on the main street, and you're going to be heading towards Bletchley Park.
That's what I want to do. I want to head towards Bletchley
Bletchley Park.
Park.
Okay, cool.
Try saying that with a lisp. It's really difficult.
You cruise along. The rest of you are concerned about whether a license exists on Snoopler's person, whether they have actually taken a test, or whether they've actually driven a car other than a go-kart before.
Hey, I played Forza.
Yeah, you might have.
Is this an
played-
automatic or is this a manual that we're currently finding ourselves in?
They're manuals.
Yeah, it'll be a manual, definitely. Yeah.
I know so much about that car. It's so
Yeah,
sad.
there's a crunch in between gears. And this beautifully manicured gearbox that is
Smell
now
of burning clutch.
is being torn to pieces by this adolescent yob.
Oh, no.
Did you just call me a yob?
Yeah, you're
Oh.
yob Snoopler. And you
Snoopler definitely have an ASBO if they existed in the 90s.
What you don't realise is I've got a tag.
so
I wonder- Wonder they fucking found us. You've got a tag.
they don't know they're looking for Snoopler, do they?
Exactly.
Yeah, so can you make perception checks, everybody, please?
Oh, man, this is mental.
17.
11.
Yeah.
I feel less kind of worried that she might not find a car ever again.
Only Niala sees this as you're traveling along.
Okay.
You see that there is a like a small pub or bar, whatever you want to call it, on the left hand side of the road, and that's the closest side in the UK. And as you're going along, you see that there's lots of people outside around the kind of picnic tables that they've got out in the car park. Looks like they've got more things out in the car park than they normally would. There's a marquee set up. There's lights, like big strings of lights set up, and there's a banner, and it says celebrate New Year's here at the Hogs Inn.
Yeah, Nia is going to to actually pinch Snoop and like stop here, abandon the car here, and we get in the crown.
It's up to you what you want to do, guys.
And how far are we from the park compared to here?
You'd be about a 20-30 minute walk from here. You've
Okay.
managed to cover the hour's journey.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Mhm.
Should we
Yeah, we
not just
heard you.
keep going?
So thing is, I
So
know
30
what-
minutes to the park by walking, right?
Yeah, it
Which-
would have taken us an hour, but we've now cut that down to half because we
We've
started.
cut it down by to minutes
Yeah, because we're in the car.
because you're in a car. Yeah.
We should keep going.
They don't know that we're
Okay.
still in the car,
They're gonna find the car. Just abandon it.
but they don't know that we've got the car.
We could abandon it closer. They don't know where we're going.
Can you roll?
They're making
If we
a note.
abandon it here and they come and somebody reports it and they come down and drive past, we'll still be walking on the road and we'll be too easily spottable.
Yeah, we'll be too easily
And
identified.
I don't like the idea of running into a pub after we've just stolen a car. I think we should get closer, ditch the car closer, and then get to where we need to go to with these archives.
Could who would have been there? Bishop and Snoops roll intelligence. This is for a basically kind of current history check, like a recent history check.
Okay.
History. Okay. Bam.
It can be history or intelligence, like straight up intelligence.
24 for history.
Whoa!
Who has the Discord open?
Me.
Because we can hear the pings.
That's our thing.
Oh,
Do you
sorry.
want
Is
to
it
quit
us? Is it us pinging?
Yeah, it does it all the time.
Oh, sorry. Let's quit that. Shush. Sorry. Done it. Oh, and that one.
Uh-oh.
That one.
So that would be a 1.
You start thinking about where to drop off the car, and you start thinking away to all the places that you know that you've run to. Can you make a dexterity save for me? And Bishop, you remember that when you arrived here, opposite the train station. Oh no! When you arrived here, opposite the train station, you saw the construction of the new college, which is opposite the way. And from the directions, you understand that the Bletchley Park, Janice mentioned in her letter that Bletchley Park is near this new college construction. But because there is a big construction going on, there is a lot of cars parked there all the time. And you think that would be a really good place to slip a car in, and it would be unnoticed within this kind of construction site or in the car park nearby at the thing. Snoopler. 12. You mount the curb as you drift off in the car, and you take off like one of those concrete, like you hit like a pole, and over the bonnet of this car, you knock off the dog refuse bin all across the
Forget
bonnet.
about Cthulhu creatures killing us. It's Snoop that's gonna kill us.
Yeah, so there's now a load of dog poo bags, random other things that have been chucked in there, smeared across the bonnet of this immaculate bonnet of a car. And you continue on your way. The car doesn't seem to be. It's making a strange sound from the left, the passenger side from wheel arch. There's something catching there.
Yeah, I'll tell Snoop about the construction site where we can like ditch the car so that they don't really find it, I guess. Because it's like if it's a bunch of cars, people are just getting on it. But yeah, like I tell Snoop about the place or the place nearby.
I head towards the construction.
Okay. Now, everybody trying to go unnoticed here, trying to
Yeah.
keep a low profile. So I think a stealth then from everyone to try and look casual in this beat up,
Yeah.
dog shit covered super impressive.
This
Oh,
poor car. You said stealth?
That is a second natural 20. You're gonna have a 26.
Oh, it was almost a 19. It's a natural 1.
Natural one.
Yes.
That's what they Luke.
I'll say it's because I brought the cat with us. So I'll say it's because, with the
There's a
reckless
cat
driving,
yowling
they're
out the
freaking out.
window.
Yeah.
Out the window that's covered in dog shit. Yeah, Luke. What?
So I rolled a natural 2, but I have a +7 modifier, which makes it still only a 9. But
I've got
Better break double digits.
I rolled an 11 and mine's +5.
It's you don't go unnoticed at this. There's a couple of people like stop and stare at this meowling cat. And look like they hear the sound of the car, the engine, that kind of we get that throaty roar, and then they turn around and it's just covered in poo. So it's just like, what the heck's going on? You arrive at the construction site eventually, and you climb out. There is an alleyway that's separated by metal fencing that runs up one side, a grass verge at the top, a plastic fence. Only probably about waist height at the top of this grass verge, but those that have been here before, and Bishop, and pretty much everyone knows the area reasonably well, that this alleyway is a non-main road. It is not. There is no road. In fact, it is just an alley, or a path, a footpath that runs between the construction site of the new college and Bletchley Park grounds is on the right hand side somewhere. The main gate is at the end of this.
Okay, we just start heading towards the main gate.
Do you want to walk up to the main gate?
I think we should go up the grass verge, like you said, so going over taking that route that you just described, it being off the main road.
Yeah, you can walk up this alleyway. The alleyway leads between. You can walk all the way up to the end, you'll get to the main gate, or you can climb the grass verge to your right and kind of get into the grounds that way round.
I think we should take the grass verge. I don't think we should go.
I think I might start led in the same way. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, is that what we're saying, everybody? Or is everybody in the party to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to follow. Just trying really to just not look associated with them.
So you leap over the fence. It's not a hard fence to get over this one. It's one of those kind of quite flexible ones with concrete pillars that are cemented in, and you can kind of get over it very easily. What you're presented with is a large field up on the hill as the sun's it's getting darker now. There's a slight mist over the field, and you're up to your shins, vanish in this moisture. You can see that a slight bank rises up to some low buildings, and then in the distance, in deeper sort of a gathering gloom of the evening, beneath some large oak trees, there is a large building, like a kind of stately home, almost kind of type building.
I carefully just start striding up towards the
Okay.
but like keeping an eye as to where the feet are, and also listening out to see if I can hear any police sirens.
So we're going for a perception check for you and stealth checks.
Do there appear to be any lights on in any of the windows?
Okay. Perception.
The real for I'm just trying to see if no one followed us because of the catastrophic mess we created.
Okay, so 13 was your perception.
13 was perception and 6, so a natural 1 + 5.
Okay. Okay, Luke.
17.
17. There is as you look upon this selection of buildings to the left, and you now have that fence that you climbed over on your left, so on the boundary of this place. There is a light on in a low slung building there.
We should go right. Just avoid people till we know what we're dealing with.
I agree with Tony here.
What was your perception roll, Niala, for your looking for people?
Forgot to roll, sorry. 21.
Oh, Snoop, you don't hear anything just now. Yeah, it seems all clear at the moment.
Okay. Well, nobody's following us, so that's good for now.
Okay.
So choose the path you want, guys, for now.
You
Also,
skirt.
get that cat away. Damn it. Now give it to me. You just
No,
don't hold it right.
no, fuck
You're
off.
supposed to put
Fuck
your hand
off, it's my
under the
cat now.
belly and
I'm
on,
not giving you the fucking
on the
cat.
torso. You gave me the cat.
No.
No.
You shot a gun in the middle of the night or when it was getting night. I'm not gonna give you the cat.
Come on. Just because a kid was trying to steal stuff and he break it by the sound of it.
You are.
And you decided to shoot them.
I didn't shoot them. I shoot at the floor.
The grass.
By the way, did we leave Nan behind?
I like to think I gave her the keys to my car so that she could go home. She's not with us. I like to think I
I
gave her the
realized
keys.
I think we left Nan in the house.
No,
Oh,
shit. Yeah, she was at the telly.
Oh,
She's
fuck.
got telly at home.
Nan's been arrested.
no.
She's
Oh,
just broken
just
into somebody's
quickly.
house to watch telly.
That's the car that I stole.
Oh boy.
So
Oh, you
it's
want
actually,
to see the one I picked? I'll show you guys in a minute because I fucking
No.
love it.
it's got gold rims and everything. So, real discreet.
Real-
This moment of realization when there's only four of us, and I'm thinking that there was 5.
It's either
Oh.
that or that what happened was just like,
I
This
like
one I
it.
picked.
I genuinely
yeah,
like the
yeah,
idea that we've
Darla.
left it behind.
oh no, Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think that actually what happened was when you came back downstairs and gathered around the table, they went, guys, I've got to go. My
Curfew, the
my-
lights, the street lights
my-
going on.
the last bus is gonna leave in a,
Yep.
in a minute.
Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
100%.
I'll leave you with these things and yeah, message me on AOL Messenger, and then they give you AOL Messenger address. So yeah, you're in this field and you start skirting to the right of the buildings. The dampness of the grass getting through your trainers and through your trainers certainly, because you've got like fashionable trainers, probably wrecking them. You can feel that cold on your legs, and the gathering gloom of the evening kind of starts hanging heavy about you. And by the time you reach the buildings, the lights that are on are those orange street lights that you have in the UK that kind of send out like an aura of they light everything strangely. Everything kind of comes out in weird greys and non-natural colors because the orange luminescent of the lights, and they give you a starburst around everything. And if you look up,
Yeah, like you're about to get shanked.
yeah. This is not good. So you're closer to the buildings now. What would you like to do? You can see 3 buildings, one with a light on, one that seems to be kind of like a big stately home type building, and one low slung building.
Is there any signposting around?
Make a perception check.
Being a public building, you'd think there'd be some kind of
Wait, what were we looking for exactly?
23.
Just so I can remember.
23. You see that the area is being renovated. So when you look, you can see construction materials dotted around. You can see one of those freshly bordered paths, like a gravel path with the concrete edging being put in, partly complete. and by like a crossroads, you can see that there is a pole, but it's not been put in. It looks like it could be a signpost.
Behave. Okay. I go up to it and I have a look at it and try and figure out if it was upright, what would be pointing in what direction.
You crouch down and look at it, and you can't tell from the angle, but you read exit, library, main house, and enigma. There's like one thing, main house and enigma. And as you crouch down to it, yeah, oi! What you doing?
Reading.
And you see someone walking along the path with a flashlight, uniform, like a tank top type thing with multiple pockets.
Like a utility vest.
Like a utility vest, but it's built into a jumper.
Oh,
One of
my
those,
gosh, I remember that.
Like a belt that is holding up a stomach. Shoes so brightly polished, they are reflecting the orange light into your eyes. And they have a flashlight walking up to you. The group of you.
Do you mind lowering your light a little?
It would be nice.
No. What are you doing here? It's shut. You don't look like construction workers. What are you doing here?
There's been
You
an
mean we don't look like
incident.
construction workers?
Well, you ain't got jackets on. You ain't got safety boots. Like these safety boots. Look, very safe. Steel toes.
As you said, it's closed.
Kicking. Sorry, say again.
And yeah, it's going to push Arden to side, like, okay, let me try something. To just pull away a hat and just a river of ginger and orange curly hair, see my curly hair just flow, and she's just going to go to the guy and say, look, the agency are sending us to examine the premises because we heard some incidents have been happening, and we are just making sure that, you know, nothing has been touched, stolen, broken. It would be reflecting bad for you.
You have to scratch with your health and safety.
Deception check.
Performance?
Perception.
Perception.
Deception.
Deception. Oh boy, I'm not good at this.
Oh. That's why I missed it.
That's why I
Oh,
was trying to
that's a
horse it.
19.
And I rolled a 7 against it. So he's like, oh, they didn't tell me that no one was coming.
Well, that's kind of the point.
Well,
Please.
traditionally people use the buzzer at the front.
We didn't want you to know we were coming. So
Oh.
why would we do that?
Oh,
It's the whole
it's like
point
a
of an
test.
inspection.
Yes, it is a
No.
test.
This is good because I found you, right? I keep the job.
Yeah,
Right?
kind of.
Perhaps.
Can I offer you?
I must say your reception, like your time was a bit slow, but
Oh well, I'll try and do better. Tea and biscuits at all?
yeah. I'll tell you what. You get the kettle on. We'll be in the Enigma building.
The Enigma building. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Which way is that again?
The one here, and he gestures to the stately home type building.
What's the data
Super.
over there? I thought on the plans it was moved.
No, that's always been there. The new additions are, well, where they're refurbishing most has been at the
Oh.
library, but they've left most the kind of older records are left like not.
Oh, that is why. That was written on the
only-
plan. Yes, I remember. You are very sweet. Thank you very much.
Only qualified or registered professors or are allowed those kind of bits. But I
And
mean,
which building was that?
in the library.
Yeah.
And is that yeah? But the older records, is the air conditioning up to scratch?
Well, it's
The
part
older
of the
records, if
refurbishment.
they get damp, they can deteriorate. You know.
Look, I'm nothing to do with the construction. I'm just a security, but I'm sure it's all in hand.
Right. Well, direct us that way, and you can pop the kettle on, and you can bring us a cup of tea while we're making sure everything's okay.
So where do you want me to meet you? At the library or at the?
We'll go to where the older records are in the library, the older section at the back.
Oh, okay. Head to the back. There's a door. Hold on. And he pulls it like this bunch of keys is like ridiculous. And he see, know exactly
God.
where it is. And he unclips it and gives you this key. It has a red fob on it.
Why, thank you. That was helpful. Just
I like mine with 2 sugars.
Oh, 2? Are you?
oh, with a bit of milk, please.
Bit of milk, you?
Coffee.
I ain't got no coffee.
I do.
Huh?
I get my jar of solid coffee out of the bag.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Well, I was mentioning it to the spa, but I didn't get there. Thanks. And what about you, sir? Gesturing at Bishop.
I'm good. I don't need anything.
Okay. You don't have any lights on you or anything. Here. And he hands you the flashlight.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you.
And you
Um,
hear the crunch, 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 crunch. He starts receding towards the guardhouse.
One more thing. Just make
Yeah.
sure that my tea bag sits there for about 10 minutes brewing. I like it strong.
Okay. I'll meet you in the records building.
Okay, lovely. Thank you.
Oh. Bring little treats if possible. It's better with the tea.
I've got biscuits.
Perfect. You're an angel. Thank you.
Right. That's bought us 15 minutes.
Okay. So crunch, crunch, crunch.
5 minutes to boil the kettle, 10 minutes to brew the tea. Right.
You got the.
Let's get a move on.
Yeah, it's just going to tuck back her hair in the hat, like just fucking every time.
Yeah,
Hate.
running towards, heading towards the library.
Yep.
This is where part of the path finishes. It hasn't been laid. The sides are in, but you go onto the kind of base bit, which is muddy, boggy, all that kind of combination stuff that they put underneath before they lay the proper path. You crunch towards the door, and the door is appears not locked. And you can step inside. Inside, you see a brown tradition. This is very old. This part, you can tell this is from when it was built originally. There's this lovely dark wood stained reception desk, and there is an entrance way to your right as you.
Are there any security cameras around?
Make a perception check.
Okay. Hate this thing.
Some snoops.
Sorry, didn't work. $70.
There doesn't, as you look up into the dark recesses where you think there would be one, you can see the wiring, but it looks incomplete.
Yeah.
Like the camera's there and the wires are dangling down, and there's like the coaxial cables are hanging, but they're not attached to the sockets on the walls or anything like that. But what you do notice is that the window behind you is the only source of light in here, in the door, the panel in the door.
Okay.
The glass door. And as you look on, you see that the way that leads out to the right of this desk, you can just start making out like the outlines of of shelving made of it appears to be metal.
So you said this is a reception desk,
Yeah.
and this is the way that we go to head towards the library.
This is a reception desk that would be at the front of the library. Imagine where you would book the books in and out.
Okay.
Right.
I fling my JD bag onto the desk
Yeah.
and I start rummaging through it,
Mhm.
and I pull out papers, grinder, little baggie. I'm like, just start preparing.
So you're rolling a
we-
joint.
Look, we've probably got about 15 minutes before he comes running with tea, so let's try and find,
Yeah, but if he's
Does
expecting
it
me
say in the letter what exactly what
There's-
she found? Like,
she found some, like,
because I know she said a book, or like if it tipped over or fell over. But does it say like what exactly it was, like what the title was or the description of the book?
It wasn't a book that she found, so moreover, she found a secret hidden trap when she dropped a book in
Yeah.
one part of the library.
Oh, okay.
and the old, and if she was looking at the older stuff, we've probably got to go to the back of the library by archives.
All right.
Because she was
We're
going
going
on
to take a short
the old
break
stuff.
here before we go on any further. So top up your drinks and all that gubbins, and yeah, we'll be back in a minute.
And I think
Okay.
I have the path, the code ready.
Welcome back. You are inside the echoey expanse, quiet, dark, reasonably cool library. Has that slight smell of books to it. In front of you is a dark wooden desk, and to your right is the area that leads into further exploration.
Intelligence saving roll. I'm like, oh no. Super entering the library.
Nyala is going to look for something that, because I think they would keep track of where the book are with some kind of how
Dewey
do you
Decimal
call
System.
Yeah, so
Maybe a
A
book
ledger?
or yeah.
A ledger of sorts. Yeah. I'm quite happy for you to have an investigation, see if you can find one of those.
well, I'll help before you roll.
Okay. You help. Yeah, you help. Because this is I got a 4 and a 1.
Oh my god.
So the
I
first
should have
one
done it first.
is 8 in total.
I just walk as far to the back as I can.
The ledger, like an organisation, but behind the desk. So in the darkness, you go behind the desk and you reach under the desk and start peering into the gloom. Now the orange lights are shining through the door into your eyes and kind of giving you a weird like perspective as you look underneath the desk. You kind of duck down below the desk and you start fumbling around underneath, and you knock something and it drops to the floor. Can Arden and Snoop make intelligence save throws as you knock something over that
We're going to
please
suffer
roll
because
low.
of your bullshit.
Please roll low.
it can be intelligence or wisdom. I'm allowed.
No, I gotta give them the option.
19.
You rolled. Roll low.
Whoa, you just know it's Nyala mucking around behind the desk.
Not falling for that shit again.
Yeah, so you stand up. You don't find any sort of book there. You think it may have been removed for while they're refurbishing, or they might be recataloguing or something like that. What would you like to do, folks? You've got the.
I'm gonna try and walk to the rear of the library.
Mhm.
I'm hoping to see some kind of section, where people have like little cubbies where they can take books.
A study booth sort of area.
Yeah, and hoping they're towards the back.
Okay.
And-
You do.
Oh.
Let me remind you,
Uh,
you've been given a
Oh.
flashlight, Arden.
Sorry.
You've been given a flashlight.
Yep. So I got the flashlight up. I am looking.
Okay. And you turned it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I'm not. I'm not
Like this.
with a flashlight.
Okay.
not working.
Well, no one said that. So you as you
'Cause I thought I took it from him when he had it on, so I just assumed that I never turned it
I
on.
assumed it was still on. Yeah.
you all kind of reach that doorway, that gap between the reception and the library proper, and you all suddenly hear a bell ring. Cling, 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 cling,
Like,
cling, cling.
for a phone?
You can make an assumption, yeah.
It sounds like
I'll
from the
I'll
like
go
the old
answer it, I
school
guess.
bells, like the old lunchtime kind of school bells. That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah, I'll go answer it.
You have to
I'll-
find it first, if there is
But
a
yeah.
phone.
Yeah, I'll go try to find it and see if I can like pick up.
I was gonna say, when like
Hopefully I roll intelligence and then roll super low, see something fucked up happen.
Stop asking for trouble.
It's part of the game. I really want to see it happen early on. I'm all about chaos.
Yeah.
I want to see all the fucked
And then
up shit happening.
Like a servant's
Yeah, and it was like someone upstairs would ring the bell
bell. Mhm.
or like pull the cord, and it would go down to the servants' quarters, and the bell would ring there, and it would have like a label of each of the rooms, or like hit someone's name. Or
Please
something
make
like
an
that.
investigation check. Anyone who's investigated this, and I'll tell you what it is exactly. If you
Investigation. All right. Yeah, 24. I'm gonna answer this phone. If it's a phone, I don't know.
17.
You both find the thing. What you find is like an old style dial type phone
Yes.
that's hooked
Yeah.
on the wall with an earpiece that comes away, and
Yep,
like the mouthpiece is attached
yep.
to the
Mhm. I answer. I pick it up. I go. Yes. Hello.
There's a little bit of interference. It kind of goes. Hello.
Yes. Who is this?
Fucking God, isn't it?
Was it two sugars?
I didn't hear that. Can you repeat that?
Was it two sugars in the gentleman? The gentleman wanted two sugars that was having a tea.
Let me ask. Arden, do you want 2 sugars?
You had to say my name, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Okay.
Yes, 2 sugars.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
milk for me.
Okay. Oh wait, did you guys tell us your names?
No.
Oh, then forget that I even said your name.
No,
'cause I
you
don't
would know my name. You would know my name. We didn't tell him our names.
No, that's why I'm asking. If you
No,
told us
yeah,
your name.
everybody
We told you, you know our names, yeah, but we never told him.
Yeah, everybody here would know each other's names.
You
But
just
you-
gave my name to the. Oh God, thanks
Yeah.
for that. Just so fucking. Oh.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I have a nickname. That
Same
should be
people.
my real name. The fuck?
He says, sorry, all right, there's a lot of interference on the line. Are you all right?
Yeah, and everything's fine. It's kind of dark in here with the one flashlight, but yeah. The gentleman would like 2 sugars and the ginger. You're a ginger, right?
Yeah, ginger lady.
Ginger
Yeah,
redhead,
ginger.
yes.
Oh, is that offensive calling you guys a ginger? I have no idea. No?
I don't know anymore on that one, I'm afraid. Maybe, I don't know.
A little bit.
I don't know. Like,
A little bit?
As a
I'm
I just
redhead.
like how we've
I'm
got to
with
the
the
point where we were
image line,
discussing
are
our
you
tea
thinking-
order.
Yeah.
Yeah. Redhead is redhead better?
Yeah.
Red. Okay. And the redhead wanted milk in hers.
Okay.
Oh, thick sugar.
Can you make a perception check, Bishop?
Oh, yes. Yes. Where's my perception? I miss Sin.
Oh,
She has
boy.
such high perception. Anyone?
I know a
21.
certain person that don't miss sin at all.
Oh.
With the 21,
Looking at you.
you hear with you think you hear another voice on the line?
Oh. Did the other guy hang up now that I told what everyone wanted?
As he hangs up, you still hear another voice speaking. The line, you kind of hear the hang up tone, the doo. You can hear over the top of it like voice.
And I just like listen into it, like get like close my eyes and just focus on the what is that, not perception or something?
No, with your perception at 21, you hear it. You focus in on this voice. You hear what seems to be someone reading out a list of numbers. And then you hear mechanical clicking. And you listen closer, and you can almost hear a finger running a line of paper, a piece of paper, as they recite these words, and you hear listen close, and you
Fuck.
and then there's nothing. But you think that the voice might have been Janice.
Oh, and the typing, and I kept been typing on the typewriter, right?
Go to bed. She heard you scream and went, Daddy, what was that? Oh,
It's all right, Al.
Giving your daughter nightmares, Pete. Come on.
Surely yes, make a save for that. Come on.
Yeah, it's got to be wisdom or intelligence save.
Ollie?
It's just me making silly noises. Go to bed.
Oh, God damn it. I rolled high. 25.
25. Yeah, you're disadvantaged on your next roll just because you're shaken. But you're not going to get a level of exhaustion for that one. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm going to be looking at the walls for a fucking light switch.
Yeah, it's easy to find as you kind
I'm
of know
still
where to
looking
look.
for the thing.
Flick the light switch.
No.
Nothing.
Oh, wait, for the numbers. Did I get to hear what she said for the numbers?
They're kind of mumbled. You just get kind of bits of it into between the interference. You don't get a clear list of it.
Go up to the door for the bit that goes into the main library, and I just try to open the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, into the library. No problem. Doors swing open. They're on. Those kind of doors.
You.
Rachel's always gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know.
You said me. I'll fucking do it. If you send me, I'll do it. If you send me, I'm down.
No,
To do fucked up shit.
I've got the person with the flashlight always fucking dies.
Yeah, it's like go. The one that leaves the party.
Yeah.
With the flashlight.
I'm
And,
still searching for that book.
So you're looking for a book specifically, Celia. Yeah, that's-
I mean, this is old, and I think record for old books most likely to be written in a book rather than register some kind of.
underneath there isn't any way to understand the catalogue as you look underneath the main desk, and you are losing the source of light as Arden walks off into the other section. You are now all in relative darkness, the three of you, and you just see through like two circular holes in these swing doors a flashlight feeding around inside.
And basically, I'm guessing. I don't know. You tell me, but I'm guessing like there's like rows and rows and rows of like shelving of books and.
So to your left, as you turn in, the double doors open. You turn left to move down to the back of this building. There is a solid wall on the left-hand side, and all along to your right, you see rows and rows and rows of books.
Now, usually on the edges of books, you get like either time periods, genres, A to Z authors, or it's a Dewey Decimal System. What is there anything on the end of these rows?
This is alphabetical as you're staring here.
So you know, I said I was rolling the joint on the table.
Yeah.
I don't smoke.
Hidden section. Ooh.
Yeah.
I have my lighter.
Yeah.
So I'll just flick my lighter and follow Arden.
Okay.
Well, I assume Arden has gone because of being able to see the light and things like that.
You see a little spark, and now there's a little bit, a modicum of light in this space.
So
Bishop and Niala, are you going to follow Arden? Are you following down into the library, folks?
Yeah. Yes.
I think I'm going to follow too.
Okay. So you walk along the flashlight.
I go to a row and I just take out a book at the very first at A, and to see whether it's the author that's alphabetical or whether it's the title of the book that's alphabetical.
It's by topic.
By topic.
Yeah, so you've got like accountancy type thing with this bit.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I have an idea. We split up.
With you having all these light source.
Well,
Sure.
Or did you turn on the light? Did they turn on the light?
Yeah,
No?
I didn't-
has anybody got a phone with a light on it, or
The phone already
well,
did
Snoop,
it.
Snoop, you've got your lighter, right?
Yeah, Snoops has got a lighter.
Well, we can
You
split
really
up into
wanna?
two teams.
You really want fire right next to old dusty books?
Look, I have two subjects in mind which we can look
No,
at.
no.
One of us go and look for books around World War II,
Oh,
and one of us goes and looks for books around the conjunction of the spheres.
there's on that one. Yep. I'm doing the conjunction one.
This is going to be a split into two groups. Someone's going with Snoops with the lighter, someone's going with Arden with the.
And let's see if we can find.
What?
I'll go in my bag.
Okay.
I've got 2 phones like a drug dealer. 2 phones like a drug dealer.
Look along the bottom of the shelves. That's where the letter said that you'd found
You
the
have
lock.
you've got 2 phones.
I've got 2 mobile phones.
Yeah.
With lights on.
Yeah, go on then.
So I get my phones out,
Yeah.
I turn the lights on and then lock the phones again so no one can get into them.
They don't turn on.
What do you mean they don't turn on? They're not dead.
They don't turn on.
Oh.
Oh, great. The flashlight's still working though,
Flashlight's don't work.
for now.
Why don't the phones work?
I don't know.
Look, if you want to split into 2 groups, We have one flashlight.
And one.
How are we
and
going
one
to do
lighter.
this?
Well, that's
kitty.
the lighter and the flashlight.
Can I try ringing one mobile phone with the other?
They don't turn on.
What do you mean they don't turn on?
They
They're
don't
not
turn
dead,
on.
so I'll try and turn them on.
Kitty.
You hold the button down. You do that extra
Oh,
hard
it's Fiona.
to make sure it powers on. You take the battery out. You click the
Then we
battery.
have
back
another one
in,
called
you
Shrek,
swap the
bitch,
battery
which has
from one
escaped
phone
the
to
house
another,
somehow.
and
So-
still the phone goes out. This panics you.
Dun, 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 dun.
I love how the cat.
Yeah, you're in the darkness. You've got one.
Is that agreed, or we can just take a bit longer and we can go one by one? But I'm just wary that we might get interrupted.
Yeah, I'll say I
I
agree with Arden. One stays going through the
We
bus
can
with
start
other
at we can
people.
start at C and make our way back to W. I don't mind.
Yeah, I'm with Arden.
So to the C section you go, everybody.
Yeah.
With one flashlight all gathered round. You fiddling with your phones, trying to hold them up, trying to do everything to try and get these phones to work.
I'm scanning along the bottom because
You wanna
that's where
start
you
or
said she
not?
found.
Sorry. Are you going with Arden? So Bishop's with Arden. Celia, Niala, are you with Snoops?
Yeah. Keeping an eye on the kid.
So you're Arden and Bishop. You're going for
The conjunction.
Yeah, conjunction first, and then we can make our way back to W.
Okay.
Catch up with them if they decide to go off.
You're going for World War II. Okay.
I'm specifically going to look for, this may sound really, really strange.
Yeah.
But I am specifically looking for anything that is related to World War II, either Australia, because that's where she was heading. Well, we're assuming so because she had Australian dollars.
Yeah, okay. So it's going to be investigation checks, either with advantage. So I'm going to say, who's holding the light? You're holding the light. So Niala, you're going to roll with advantage, and Bishop, you're going to roll with advantage on these investigation checks, please.
Come on, Beyond.
Come on,
Oh,
Beyond.
Oh, they're both threes. So 10 and
Oh
12.
boy. So come on. Okay. Investigation. So the first one.
Okay. We get those results in with the
Well, the first one is a 19, so it's a 23, and the second one is a 4. So we're gonna take the first one. It's a 23.
Okay. So with the double 3 from Bishop.
10 total. Because I have a +7 to investigation.
You look for conjunction, and this doesn't seem to have anything like anything that would be esoteric or strange. These are very practical books. As you look along the spines, you see things about calligraphy and things like that. You don't find anything about anything that seems at all spurious or spiritual. These are very, very down the line.
Maybe
practical.
astronomy. Maybe back to A.
And you find a book on the World War II. This section is massive, Niala. You find many, many books.
Are they all dusty?
Are they all dusty?
Yeah.
Perception.
Don't forget to be looking along the bottom. That's where the lockbox was found, or whatever it was.
So you find a couple that have been recently moved. They're not dusty.
Yes, I'll remove them.
Mm-hmm.
Have a flick through them.
Mm-hmm.
But also as I'm doing that, I kind of tread heavily on the floor where it looks like if you were to drop the book or it would fall off the shelf, it's where it would, I think it would land in the
Yeah,
tiles and,
okay.
like, treading
Yeah, the
level down.
floor everywhere you stamp seems solid in this area where you are, near the World War II section that you're looking at. And you're looking along the bottom, Arden, for
Because when she said the book fell out and she looked at the floor and that's where it was.
Hmm.
So it was along the bottom of the shelf. So that's where I'm looking. I'm looking along
there
the
is a significant discrepancy between her description and this room. This room is carpeted slightly, is carpeted with a thin carpet.
and it wasn't in her letter.
Hmm.
So in a different room then, in the back, in the storage or something, in the archives.
You're on the right lines there, Bishop. The guy said at the front there was a restricted or a special section that only.
I thought that was at the very, very back though.
Mhm.
So we need to keep going further back.
Okay, so
Let's go further back then.
you've got your little lighter and you come out of the aisle and you see the rest of them proceeding towards you down from the A section. A, B, C, D, E, F.
Yeah, we know how the alphabet works.
And as they get to the F, your torch flickers. Your torch goes out,
Shake it. Shake it again.
kind of comes back on in your face. You get those green dots, and it goes off again.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Kill it. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
But you catch in the glimmer of flickering lighter light, restricted.
Ooh.
okay. All right.
It works. Is there a my brain's now going to the restricted section in Harry Potter? But is there like a gate or anything that blocks off the restricted bit to this bit?
Yeah, it's a complete separate room.
Right, is it locked?
It is.
I'll open it.
You've got the key.
Am I gonna? We've got the key, yeah.
You've been given the key.
Oh yeah.
Turns smoothly in the lock. And the door opens towards you. To further darkness beyond. You step inside and there is a concrete floor in this place. There you go.
I think we're in the right place now.
Okay, so how does this place organise?
Similar.
Like alphabetical order. Okay, so again, I head towards the World War.
Yeah, World War II section.
Let's all stick together now because we've only got one life source. So let's start at the back, World War II, and we can always make our way back towards the front.
Yeah, for sure.
This space is a lot smaller. You can tell that the room is not as vast. The records here are older books, and some of them are dossiers and things like that. It's not always books. Sometimes it's like a folder with clippings and things like that in. Some containing microfilms and things like that.
How dusty?
Some of it is dusty. Some of it is flooded. It looks like it's frequented quite often, but it's bookish type stuff. People you hate.
Yeah. Okay, so we want to go. We're clearly looking for. Is there like dust on the floor?
Yeah, it's reasonably well swept.
Toby, lay down and pack it in. You just keep knocking everything with your fat bum.
That was not nice.
No, he does have a fat bum.
Right.
Lay down.
So do we roll another investigation?
I get on my hands and knees.
Okay.
I start crawling down along the bottom, looking along the bottom of the.
Do I hear us anything that is
Perception and investigations, respectively. Perception for you, investigation for.
Wait,
No, you don't.
wait, not with a 10.
Adam, read it.
So it's laid out similarly. We've gone to the back down to W, yeah, for world, and we're looking at World War II. I'm just looking along the bottom of the
What's
row.
that? An investigation.
The concrete meets the shelf.
I'm going more to look like more like at as a middle
Mhm.
on my side. So
16.
16. You run your hands along the floor near the World War II section, and as Nyala is like investigating the middle shelf, Nyala, you see a gap where there is quite clearly a book missing.
guys,
And
What?
there's a
Arden,
gap
at
here.
the same time, you run your fingers along and you find your fingers run along that concrete, picking up that dust that you get on well-walked concrete, and you find a ridge with your fingertips.
Snoop, bring the light down here.
Can I have some here too?
The light is moved away from where you are, Nyala, and down lower. And the clouding bodies around this area where Snoopler lights leaves you in very deep, thick darkness. What would you like to do, Arden? What would you like to do, Nyala?
So what do I see? This thing, these ridges. What am I seeing?
You see broken concrete, but in a like a rectangle of broken concrete. It's only very thin. You can tell that underneath there seems to be like a. You can see where it's chipped away at the edge, and it seems to be that you could lift it. Nyala, you got this gap in the
I'm
book.
just going to look at this and look back at the hole. Just being heavily suspicious. And I'm going to ask for the flashlight first.
The flashlight is off.
Flashlight isn't working. But
Off. Yes, I forgot.
Oh, does it work anymore?
And now it's dead.
Just
the equivalent of
one-
plastic
The only
plug.
light you have is the lighter.
Oh, okay.
Set fire to something. Not a
I
good
think she's
idea in a
going to put
library.
her hand in the hole, just trying to see if there isn't something. Oh, hi, sweetie.
It's dragged into it.
Just if there is something
you
hidden
peer
there.
into the hole and you slide your hand in. And you swear all of a sudden something flickers past the other side of the hole. Please make a saving throw. Either intelligence or wisdom.
Wisdom?
Wisdom or intelligence.
It's both the same for me, so 13.
One level of exhaustion, please.
I'd take out like a piece of flat metal from my lock picking kit to try and just prise and lift the concrete up a little bit.
You pull it up and you see inside a metal caddy tin that has been set into the floor. So it's like concrete that's been poured on top of a piece of chipboard,
Mm-hmm.
and you pull it up and it comes away, and in the floor there's this metal kind of caddy tightly sealed round the edge. What was yours? And yeah, you see this box set in the floor with like a handle on the top of it.
handle in the top of it.
Yeah.
And pull the handle up.
It's weird. You pull it, and it's very deceptive as it pulls out. It pulls out, pulls out, and pulls out, and it's actually a deep box file with
So it just
a
keeps
lock
coming with.
Yeah, we're talking like deep enough to contain A4 documents deep, like this.
Oh wow.
It's like
Okay.
you got to get on the side of it from where you pull it out from the ground.
Yeah, I kind of get onto my knees so I can pull it up.
It's heavy, weighs a lot.
Okay, this isn't what I was expecting, but fine. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
It's quite
I don't
heavy.
think we are alone. I just saw something.
Should we open it here or should we take this and go?
Take it and go right now.
We're gonna have to carry it the entire way
I don't, I mean,
because we have to ditch the car.
It's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's several things happening there. So you want to go around into the next aisle and
where's the
see
kitchen
what you saw.
door?
Go around, you shine a light. Nothing.
Do I hear anything?
No. So what were you doing? You want to take it out of the library?
I'm just saying
Or
it's pretty
do we?
heavy. If we
Yeah, because if we take it, we have to carry it, and it's heavy, and we don't really want to take the car. We just, ditched because they're gonna be looking for it.
I don't want to have to ditch this because we're being chased by somebody.
Yeah.
Let's
Compared
try
to
and
the
let's
restaurant
just
and
try
here,
and
how
open it
far
now.
is it?
Sorry?
From here to the restaurant where we first met, how far is it?
It's about, it'll be about half an hour walk, maybe slightly more, 45 minutes. As you kind of go to move the box, you turn it and you see that there is a combination code upon it.
Numbers or letters? Numbers.
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 I tried what I tried before. Test of September 39.
Nothing.
I want to take it with us because we can't afford to.
This letter, within this letter, are the letters for Hitler. What was Hitler's birthday?
Can I roll a history check?
When did he die, or when was he?
Can I roll Pete?
Can roll a history check.
There's no
Yeah.
books around here. Surely one of these books will have his birthday.
Oh, natural 19, so 26.
Yeah, you know when Hitler's birthday is. I don't actually know where it is, but you know it.
Oh, that's not good then.
Mentor, idol. I don't know, something bad. Yeah, I don't know, try that date then. And no, not the fuck. Yeah, we have to take it with us, don't we? We have to take it with us. If we can't figure out how to open it here, we're gonna have to take it with us. And we can't afford the person chasing us to find it either, because
This letter.
one that could have been through Janice's workplace, they could have seen what we've seen.
He got killed for this. It's dangerous. It's better in all ends than in their ends.
This letter was all one word.
Yeah, this letter was all one word.
What about
I don't.
the
Later.
This letter and the number of the number of letters.
It's all numbers. There's no letters, isn't there?
You've got my notebook. 20.
Yeah.
8. I think.
What about
about-
I mean,
what about we
letters
accrue
have
the-
numbers.
What about if we accrue the number to the letter in the name Hitler?
Hold on.
28, 9, 19, 12, 5, 20, 25, 18.
The box undoes.
So is that this letter or
This letter.
okay?
This letter was written as one word. So this letter where they are in the alphabet, that's the
I was
number.
taking it very literally with the password is in this letter, and if you mix the word letters around in this letter, you get Hitler.
No,
Yeah.
this letter was one word. So if
Yeah.
you're gonna
Yeah,
that's
That
relevant.
works.
And I was just like, this letter, why would that be one word with no space in it? And then I was like, huh. I was sat here and I was like, right.
So yeah, you see everyone's trying these things and looking in the books beside you, and then this rather deceivingly fit or mockingly chavvy person just goes and undoes the box undoes.
And I'm just like, fucking idiots. I'm used to picking locks though, so
box
It's-
opens there.
It's unlocked at the moment. You haven't opened it.
Let's open it then.
yeah, let's open it.
he's unlocked it, he's like, fucking open it, man.
There is a waft of ages comes out of this box, and there is
Is it that good? Old books now. Where you like, or is it like
Or is it that really damp, nasty old book?
no,
now?
this is pristine. This box looks like it was built to last.
yeah? So it's good. It's that good old books now. You know the smell if you've been to a library.
But to Snoopler, that's not good.
No, I personally love that smell. Snoopler doesn't.
Yeah, same here.
One of the
I
most
fucking
amazing
love that
things.
smell, man. It's so satisfying.
Yeah,
That
you look
and
inside,
ball
and you find
Sorry,
you find
golly call.
okay, you find several sheets of document, and they relate to the topics that Janice spoke about in the letter: underground hydroponic systems, waste filtration systems, etc., etc. Revolutionary mechanics, as she described them as.
Okay.
And then you also find at the back the black envelope with top secret on it, printed in silver lettering.
Okay. I do not open that here. No.
Pete, real quick.
Hmm.
Bishop has keen mind. So would Bishop for Card Cthulhu have photographic memory?
A little bit eidetic memory, possibly, yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Let's just take the envelope and go. Leave the rest. Lock it back up. We can always come back.
With the top secret folder.
Yeah.
I'm already taking it out. I'm like, no.
Mhm.
No, no.
Into the bag, yeah.
In the JD rucksack.
And you've got all these documents that she described as groundbreaking. Everyone make an intelligence check.
And I roll with disadvantage, right?
You roll with this because you got scared.
Yeah.
I
Aye.
reckon we leave the rest of the documents. We lock it. Put it back down there. Nobody obviously knows where this is. We can always come back if we need it, but the envelope is the most important thing right now.
No, just a check, straightforward check. Everyone, sorry.
Oh, check.
That's
sorry.
That
not
was
good.
that was save.
Intelligence check.
Yeah, just straight up
That's
into
not good.
So would that be with disadvantage or with?
yes, please.
Okay.
Not
Because
you.
the save I got 16, but oh well.
Wait, what's the save already?
No, intelligence check.
check.
Straight up intelligence check, please.
Ah,
Oh.
shit. I took it off. 8 plus 4.
23.
12. I got 12.
12.
I got 12.
12.
But I got a 23, so
Pardon?
23, yes.
What, 5? 5?
Oh,
5?
Okay. So Niala, you Bishop
I got +1 to intelligence.
and Bishop and Snoops, you kind of nod and agree with Arden's suggestions. Niala, in your mind, you realize the massive, impossible riches that are contained within the knowledge that is in these documents.
This corrupted cop, man. She's gonna.
How much they would be worth. This is beyond fortune.
These will be much safer here. Nobody has found them in centuries. Say centuries, 50
I
years.
mean, I just seen someone sneaking on us, so we might as well take it.
Yes, but not everybody knows the password. We do. Pop it, lock it, pop it back down there, cover it back up.
I mean, the people that killed our dear friend might know.
You don't know that she's dead.
No,
I
the letter was
say-
encoded.
I
And we've
say,
got-
We should
left.
burn. We should burn the letters. Make sure that nobody figures it out either.
I say we place a fake back. Nobody knows what's inside. Nobody found it before. So they will think that for a while, that's a one that will occupy them.
Well, if there
And
is anybody around, they're
eventually-
listening to this conversation, aren't they? So
She's whispering.
It's still a quiet place. If it's a quiet place, then it's gonna echo. Even if you're trying to whisper, I can tell you that from experience.
where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? That's the most important thing right now. If we take this stuff, where are we taking it to?
Reverberates around a really quiet.
We
place.
could go of one of my hidden places. Mm,
There are any documents. I mean, you could lift the document. They're not attached to the box.
I take the documents out and put them in my bag.
Yeah. Is there any kind of small book that I can see that could fit in the box?
Yeah.
Just concerned that they're not as safe with us as they would have been here. That's all.
Yeah.
So Snoopy takes documents, all of them now. There's a book placed in place.
And just to be a little shit, I take my joint out and sit it on top of the book in the case.
And then lock it. Boom. You putting it back in the hole, covering it back up.
Yep.
Stupid, but you know.
You get the box, and it's so loud in this space as the metal edge scrapes on concrete. And it's all quiet. And you put that flap down carefully.
What Nia is going to do to kind of imitate the same sound as if it's multiple times. She's going to take a boot and just scrap the heel against the concrete to imitate the same sound over and
Okay.
over again.
Okay. And then it's all quiet in this room.
We should get out of here.
And quick.
Where was
We
the
have some
second?
tea time.
Where was the second location that she mentioned before?
The park, the library, and what else?
What was
The
the other
machine.
place? The machine, the Enigma machine.
And that's like the residential building or something?
In the kind of big building. Yeah. That's where the guard
Yeah.
goes.
And did she say why she went there? I can't remember.
Well, it depends on what's in that envelope, doesn't it? Let's go to the Enigma building and then let's read what's in that envelope.
You step back out of the restricted section.
Before that, I'm going to go to Snoop and like, Snooper, give me half of the document.
Mm-mm.
If we lose one part, we can still have. We can't just let one person have everything. If they caught us, it's done. Give me half.
Persuasion versus intelligence. Are we going to say this?
Hmm?
A persuasion versus a.
Yeah, the raw for this. I don't think. I like to be last in line, so I don't know if I would have heard out of this. I would assume they would have been like or something.
What about the value? I think it's more about
Straight up intelligence.
I like
What's there anyway?
what secrets it can have and stuff or something like that.
it's more
that's
about
if
who's after it.
If you want to roll it, or would you want to role play it? It's up to you guys.
You want
Well,
role play it.
I think role play would be better. Role play.
Yeah, because it's like Snoopler doesn't trust her. She tried shooting at him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
I didn't shoot at him.
True.
Karma.
It's unfair to make you roll for
Karma.
it when you shot at their feet.
Snoopler doesn't trust you. You shot at him, and then you're asking him to give you something of really, really, really high value.
Well, you didn't.
Yeah, but you don't know that.
No,
I mean, she can defend it, unlike you in some way.
Hey, how about this compromise?
Hmm.
Split the documents in between 4. That way, if one person does lose some, we don't lose everything.
That's actually
Hopefully,
a
we can
brilliant
fill in
idea.
and then we can hopefully fill in the blanks of stuff between all the other documents, even if
do any
one
of you
is
guys
lost.
have bags on you?
Sorry,
Do any of you guys have bags on you?
I've got a satchel. That's about it.
I have my overalls.
Have inner pockets to hide things.
Okay. So separate the documents. You've got.
I keep the top secret one.
You keep the top secret one. There's water filtration, hydroponic food creation, and what's the other one? Sorry. I've got to find the other one. So hydroponic food creation. And effluent treatment filters. So who do you give which document to?
So there's the food, the water, and air, right?
So there's effluent treatment, water treatment, and food.
Okay, so
I'll take water if no one wants it. Sure.
You've got the documents. It's Snoop's decision.
Snoop's deciding
Oh
who's having what.
yeah.
the air one, did you say?
There's not an air one. No.
No, so what?
Effluent is sewage
Right,
treatment, water purification,
and food.
and hydroponic food growth. And there's the top secret folder.
I'm keeping the top secret.
Top secret for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So food to Arden,
Mm-hmm.
sewage to Niala,
Good.
and water to Bishop.
They're a shit because they shot at you.
And the thing is, he kind of hands that one to Niala, and it's that kind of like
A giant grin and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
nod left of like,
No, that kind of one of those
And
like
The
sideways
thing
sort of-
is,
You can have the turd papers.
Yeah.
you're just going to take the papers, look at him, and just smirk. But smirk like he made a mistake.
Yeah.
Thank you.
At this point, you're gonna walk back out of the restricted section to make your way out and across the sort of fog lit courtyard, like area between these buildings. You walk back into the main library, and you hear the double doors go.
And that's the same way we entered?
Yeah.
That's where we entered from. Somebody's
Where we
coming
entered
in from
from.
the other end.
Yeah,
And
wouldn't it be the guy with our tea and drinks? Or were you guys' tea and drinks?
you hear a oh, oh.
He's very bad at singing.
Yeah.
Can I have a look to see if I can see who it is? What it is?
Yeah.
I
Can
call.
can you all make intelligence or wisdom saves though first?
Oh, I just wanted to call out what biscuits did you bring?
18.
16.
18 plus something.
19.
For fuck's sake.
What did you
16.
get?
10.
Oh,
Oh.
another level.
Hey, double digits though. Double digits.
Make that perception check for me. See if you can see. You kind of all freeze as you hear that sound. You don't see what it is, Snoop. In the darkness, you just hear moaning coming towards you, folks.
If I was level 13, it wouldn't be a problem. I'd have proficiency in all these saving throws. It'd be fine.
Get my
Yeah,
light
but
up.
you know, we're
I'm
6.
not-
So I'm not in the dark
Yeah.
anymore.
You flick your lighter. It's out of gas now. You've had it on for a long time.
It wasn't on the entire time we were having the conversation because I was.
Oh no, actually, I'll tell you what it does. It does something even worse. It does that thing with it. It
Oh, where
pushes
it burns?
the out.
Oh, it gets stuck and you're like,
Yeah,
oh.
it doesn't
that
turn.
annoys me
The
so
spring,
much.
the springs in it. It's dark.
Jammed. God
Toby, Popeye, for goodness sake, pack it in, you two.
Would the flashlight work now? Now that we're out of the restriction section?
It stopped at F.
And whereabouts?
Where are we?
Z.
Oh, we're at Z. Oh, goddamn. All right.
Start making my way towards the double doors and then go, what biscuits did you bring?
Is there a way? So I'm guessing like the main aisle is like this from the double doors and the bookshelf is like this. on
No,
the side of
now
it.
you're looking back. You've got a concrete wall here. They're all to your left. All
Oh, I was gonna say, like, is there a way? Will you pack it in? Honestly, Doug. So is there a way round the other side of the bookshelf? So if you go
Go
to
to
the
the
end
wall,
of
the
the
other
book, to the wall. Okay. So in the darkness, what I want to do is like duck in
Mhm,
the aisle,
mhm.
peer out, go to the next aisle, duck in, peer
Mhm.
out, duck in, peer out.
And Arden just blatantly walks down the middle of the aisle saying, "What biscuits have you bought?"
Yep.
You eventually come across the guard. He has got the smallest of pen flashlights in his mouth. And he has a tray. Oh, yeah.
Has the flashlight come on now? Or is it
You
still
walk all
dead?
the way past F.
Yep.
His flashlight's working and your flashlight comes back to life.
That's weird.
Ooh.
Oh, do I see that from when
You
I
would.
duck out?
What do you, Arden? When you see the guard there, what do you say?
Oh, thank you. Is he like holding a tray of like tea and
Oh, in
stuff?
the tray, and he's got like one of those little
One of the
tiny.
pen. I reach out to take the tray out from his hands so he can actually.
Oh, sorry, I had to use that to get the door open and stuff. Is the rest of them here? Where was you? All right? Did you find what you're
Yeah.
looking for in it?
We're
Yeah, we're
here.
having a wander around. Everything seems in order.
Oh,
Some of the
good.
sealants on the windows need replacing though, but nothing too urgent.
You're going to tell them about that, are you?
Yeah, we'll send them a report.
Okay.
Oh, do not worry.
You
We
don't need
will
to do
not.
anything.
Yeah, you're going to be fine. Maybe
All
we'll
right.
talk good about you because you did a good job. I must
Good.
say, this is quite rare.
Well, let's go back to where there's a bit of light at the reception. I've got something to ask.
Oh, sure, sure.
So
Okay.
lead you back to the reception and the desk, and you set the tea tray down, you sip tea, and he holds it. He's like, yeah, it's kind of a bit of an ask, but you know, it's New Year's.
Yes.
Yes.
Since you're on site and there's someone technically here,
You don't need to be.
well, that's what I'm wondering. Just for an hour or two.
Insurance purposes.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to nip down to the hog and, you know,
I tell you
raise a
what,
glass.
leave us with your keys. And you got a deal.
Well, I'll have to take one,
Which one's that?
the one to the front gate. Get
Oh.
in and out.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that makes sense.
All right,
No problem.
cool.
Which
Well,
what are they all for, by the way? Just tell me now before you go so we know how to get around.
He goes through the list. His guard room, guard toilet, library back,
Does the toilet need a key?
library toilet. And basically, there's like a key for every single thing.
And before he heads off, it's like at the back of the grave again. With the rolling up. And it's like, here you go.
What's that?
It's a Happy New Year's present.
Yeah.
He recognizes what it is immediately
Oh boy.
and says, "Is this part of the test?"
No.
I mean, if we were still testing you, you'd have failed for wanting to shirk your duties.
I suppose. Well,
Yeah, it's not really serious, but
it must
it's
really
New
suck at-
Year.
it must
As I
really
said-
suck for you guys though, having to work New Year. Well,
Exactly. We're just annoyed that we're working New Year as much as you are, so someone might as well have a good time, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, jolly decent of you. I'll leave you alone then.
Yeah, we'll crack on with our investigations and just make sure the rest of the buildings are all in
Right,
tip-top condition, and then yeah,
I should be
we'll be
back
off.
shortly after, fireworks and all that. I'll make my way
No
back
problem.
up there.
Bring
And
a couple of bottles for us when you're done.
what do you like?
Oh, anything.
Do you think they have bourbon? I like bourbon.
That's a mighty pricey bottle to buy on a security
From a-
officer's wage.
From a pub. Just bring a couple of the bottles of the house wine.
A
That'll
beer
do.
would be fine too. Don't worry.
Yeah, all right. I'll get takeout on the way back.
Fantastic.
Maybe cider.
Oh, by the way, before you go, which one of those keys was the Enigma machine again?
Well, there's a key to the front, and it shows you the key to the front.
Okay.
There's a key to the Enigma room,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a key
Can
to
I
the
just
control
point
room.
out something real quick?
And there's a key to the what room, sorry?
Sorry.
Control room.
I take those 3 keys off separately from the rest
Okay.
of the bunch.
That's what I thought, but I was like, Snoop was like, I'll have a hooch.
Bottle, 2-litre bottle of White Lightning, please, mate.
No, it's either hooch or what's the other one? What was that? Bacardi Breezer. Maybe
Reefer
now.
or a reefer.
Reefer. Oh my god, they're
Reef.
great.
Oh my God.
They're great.
A reef. Ugh.
Yeah. So
Where did I put my dice?
he it's there. He totters off down the pathway. There's a big gate, and then there is a side gate. And you hear like the heavy locking mechanism clunk, and then he goes outside. Clunk, clunk, and the gate's locked. You stand with your hands round steaming mugs of tea and watch this fellow kind of totter off into the mist, and you hear the flick, flick, flick of a lighter as he walks off into the mist. You are left alone in the gathering New Year's gloom in the middle of Bletchley Park.
Well, that
And
was
the
something.
monolithic building of Bletchley Park Hall stands in front of you, ready for you to investigate another day. That's where we're going to end the session.
Let's have
Thank
some
you.
tea, everyone.
A tea and biscuit break.
Tea and biscuit break, and if everybody would like to roll, those of you who have conditions,
Yeah, I've got
if you'd
2.
like to roll a D100, and I'm going to say above, we're going to say above 70, and you're going to heal a condition.
No, I rolled a 42.
51.
No. Diaz has not got. Have you got one? What did you get scared by? Nothing yet. You're ballsy. You are. Yeah, and that's where we'll end the session.
3 in the
then,
team at the moment.
You know what? I found the best thing ever, and I was like, oh my gosh,
What?
that is literally Snoopler, right?
Yeah.
That
I
is
want to see.
Snoopler, but with his leatherette style Nike
Yeah.
trainers on.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. Thank you for playing it. We're
Just-
going to stop the recording just there.
Yeah.